Today on Vic's Tips is Nashville Hot Chicken Sliders. This recipe is better than, or just as good as your favorite place in Nashville. Marinated chicken, juicy and deep fried to perfection. Then coated in a spicy chili oil. Plus an extra, yes please, my chili shake at the end puts it over the top for my spicy loving friends. You'll want to serve it over some bread to soak up all those yummy juices. Don't forget the customary pickle for that spicy, salty, sour flavor explosion in your mouth. Hey, it's Vicky. You're 4 steps away from the most authentic Nashville spicy hot chicken. This is not for the faint of heart. Step 1 is the marinade, which is like most marinades with some buttermilk, but because it's Nashville hot, we're gonna do some hot sauce. Now you can do this with bone-in chicken, chicken with the skin, thighs, tenders, but I have chicken breast, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut them into tender kind of size-ish pieces. I've removed all of the excess fat, and I'm just gonna do 3, as even as I could get it, pieces of the chicken. Alrighty, and of course, I have the paper towel underneath my cutting board. Safety first, you don't want to cut your fingers. Just say it. So in a plastic bag, which I'm going to put in a bowl so I don't have any leakage, it's 3 cups of buttermilk. La 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 3. Sounds good. And the hot sauce. And this little guy on top, we don't need him, because we're talking serious hot sauce here. So about 3 tablespoons. Alrighty, looks good. Get a little shaky mix. It looks about like that. Actually, maybe a little redder. I go by color and smell. That's how I can tell. Or you can measure. You know, there's always that option. Ooh, okay, I smell hot sauce. Chicken goes in. This is gonna be so good. Go ahead and close that up. And you wanna keep it in the bowl while it's in the fridge, just in case there's any leakage happening. No leakage. And step 1 is done. At least 2 hours in the fridge, up to 8. But not overnight, it'll get too mushy. Let's get all our components together. I'm gonna start with the shake, which is a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 3 tablespoons of paprika, 3 tablespoons of cayenne pepper. This is gonna be the shake this is gonna give it the extra hot. So yeah, we're gonna be using a lot of cayenne today. Tablespoon of cinnamon, tablespoon of chili, good enough. Tablespoon of smoked paprika. Smoked paprika has a little smokier taste than the regular, but feel free to go ahead and use the regular if that's what you have. Tablespoon of pepper and a tablespoon of salt. Mix that all together. The brown sugar, that little bit of sweetness, helps with the heat, and the cinnamon and chili really pair together well. Now we're going to start with the chili oil. This is what makes it different than like a buffalo chicken. Buffalo chicken's gonna have a butter kind of hot sauce. And this, we're gonna steep some chilies with the oil, and it's gonna be so, so good. It's pretty much 2 tablespoons of pretty much all of these things here. 2 tablespoons of chili. Dark chili is really good. The smoked paprika, again, it's gonna be a lot of the same flavors. Oops, I need 2 of those. But a lot of that. Cayenne pepper, and some chili pepper flakes. Don't be scared. Yes, I'm doing too. It's all because of my son. Now, as if that wasn't enough, I'm going to go ahead and steep a couple of serrano peppers in there. Serrano is hotter than a jalapeno, but I'm just going to steep the hot oil in the pepper. I'm just going to cut it open just to say hello. Open up. release your flavor. Just gonna take it out later. All right, and that's the chili oil, which we're gonna put some hot oil in and get all those things going. Alrighty, time for the dredge. I like to do mine in a big bowl, but you could do it on a pie pan or something like that. It's about 4 cups of flour, a lot of black pepper. I don't know, maybe 4 tablespoons or 3 or 4, something like that. A couple tablespoons of salt. And 1, that looks good. 2 tablespoons of paprika. You can use smoked here if you want. I'm out of smoke, so I'm just gonna use the regular paprika. And then we're gonna go into some old favorites that are very chicken friendly, like celery salt, 2 tablespoons of that. Tablespoon of thyme. Tablespoon of garlic. Tablespoon of onion. And that'll do. I like to whisk that up, get it all incorporated. Now that that's all together, let's get to it. Time for the dredge. I have my pot of oil heating in the background. Gonna heat it to 325, 350-ish. Gonna empty out my chicken into this lovely bowl. Actually smells real good already. I have a parchment paper lined pan here just for the simple reason that I don't want to clean. Not a fan. I try to keep one hand dirty and one hand clean. Just works out better that way. So I'm going to dredge it in the flour mix. Back in the buttermilk. And one more time in the flour. And yeah, I'm going to do 3 at a time because that's how I roll. I make fried chicken probably once a week. Different ways. It's just one of my favorite things because it's fried chicken. I'm going to get it very well coated. Press it down. Get it really, really in there. Really get that in there. Shake it off. Just gonna keep going. Alright, last ones. Use up all that flour. Just have enough. You see all the bumps and all that good stuff? That's going to give you a crispy skin. It's going to be so good. You're going to want to let your chicken sit for just a little bit, a few minutes, 10 or so, to let that breading really set on it. I'll go wash my monster hands. The rest of the action is going to be over the stove. I have peanut oil, but you can use some vegetable oil. And you want to bring it to at least 225. All I have is a candy thermometer, but that works too. And it is there. Awesome sauce. We're just going to put in a few at a time, and it's going to crackle and fizzle up. This is why we only fill it 2/3 of the way, because we don't want it to boil over. Let's see how many I fit. Looks like 3. I really, really don't want to overcrowd it. I'm going to cook them for about 8 minutes each, and then put them on a wire rack to drain. Remember the chili oil? That's back here. And we're going to add some of this hot oil in there. Let that steep a little. I'm going to do it after my 3rd batch. The oil will get some flavor and it'll be good. After they've been cooking for a minute or two, go ahead and give it a shake so it's not stuck to any sides. I got a couple more minutes. About midway through, you just kind of move them around a little. Make sure that it's all doing what it's supposed to do, and it is. I got about a minute to go, and I'm going to go ahead and take out some of the oil now because I'm impatient. I'm going to make the chili oil. About 1.5 cups of the frying oil. You want the chili and the pepper all to steep. Oh, it smells spicy. Again, this is how you can control heat, how long you steep it. Whether you use the serrano peppers or not, that's up to you. I'm going to let that go ahead and do its thing. Your chicken is done when the internal temperature is 165, which I'm sure that it is because I make chicken all the time. And then you put it on a wire rack just so the oil drains. Looks good. I'm going to keep that in the oven while I make the rest. You want to give your oil just a couple minutes to get back to temperature because when you put the chicken in, it drops the temperature. You could either take its temperature again or just wait a minute. I'm sure that it's there. All the chicken's done, so of course I can't help myself but take a little bite. And it smells so good. Oh, juicy and crunchy skin. Look at that juice. Yum. You can feel a little bit of hot, but not too much. Kind of like a mild. So let's kick this up a notch and make it Nashville hot. So today I'm going to be making sliders. So I cut some King's Hawaiian rolls in half. And let's get our oil. This is where our heat's going to come. I think I'm going to do it this way. Yeah, that makes more sense. We're going to dip the chicken. Now the chicken is warm because I kept it in the oven. You want to put warm chicken in the hot oil. Let's get it in there. Beautiful. Feel free to double dip if you wish, which is what I'm going to do. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. This will be your medium heat, and this is going to make it extra hot. I'm only going to do this on half. This is the dusting of super spicy chili. And save this. This is good on so many things. Put a little in your chili or anything you want to kick it up a notch and make it spicy. Top it with the pickle. Like, I don't know, you're like really supposed to do that. You can even put some onions, some red onions in this especially. It just goes together so well. The bread on the bottom is gonna soak up all that oil, juicy stuff from the chicken. So good and so cute. So cute and game day ready. For my taster, I'm just gonna put some pickles right on top. The pickles really work well. They balance out the heat and flavors. Look how cute that is. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Oh man. I can feel the heat. Ooh. But it's good. But just so you know, I did not get the shake on top. Just the oil for me, thank you. My son and husband, they can have the super, super spicy. This is about a 3 or 4. I can feel it back of my throat. I love how the pickle just balances out that with that acid and the crunch. So good. This will be the best Nashville Hot sliders you've ever had outside of Nashville. I hope you like my videos because I sure love making them. And I make more like these every week. I'll see you next time.